Então vambora. Vambora. Não é no controle. Tô pegando o controle à toa. A gente tá jogando no teclado e mouse.
Charles IV, King of Bohemia and Holy Roman
Gente,
Empire.
agora já viu o inglês, eu não vou ver de
A
novo não.
long and successful reign.
Vamos lá, vamos continuar. O problema é que pra salvar a gente gasta pinga de não sei das quantas. Então, nossos saves tem que ser bem pensados. Vamos correr, gente. A gente tem que correr. É nosso objetivo, né? A gente tá aqui. Arena de combate. O objetivo é fugir, ó. Cavalgar até Tumbler. Vambora, gente. Vamos fugir. Infelizmente, nossos pais morreram. Acontece, né? Nas melhores famílias.
Don't touch me, or I'll kill you! Go to hell, you Tatar beast!
Most már elég lenne ebben disznó.
Help! Help!
A picsába mi ez?
Nossa senhora, morri, gente.
Mutasd már valamit!
Gente, o que eu faço? É 3, mano, não é 1. É possível enfrentar aquele tanto de gente?
You pigs! Don't touch me, or I'll kill you!
Minél jobban vergődsz, annál rosszabb lesz, te ribanc!
Go to hell, you Tatar beast!
Most már elég lenne ebben disznó. A picsába mi ez? Írjátok ki a...
Não é assim que monta! Qual que é o botão de montar?
Várnod kell, galambocskám, amíg elintézzük ezt a féleszű...
Mano do céu, qual que é o botão de montar? Morri, gente. Aqui não tem como fazer nada. Vou saber qual que é o botão de montar no cavalo, velho. A minha é o E. Aí eu aperto o E, o que que faz? Abriu alguma coisa, velho.
You pigs! Don't touch me, or I'll kill you!
Minél jobban vergődsz, annál rosszabb lesz, te ribanc!
Go to hell, you Tatar beast!
Fogd rendesen a disznót, hogy ne rugdosson annyira!
Help! Help!
Az ördögbe, ez aztán kitartó! A picsába mi ez? Írjátok ki a fattyút!
Még sajnálni fogod, hogy megjelentél itt.
Corre, corre, corre! Vazei. O cavalo pula? Não quer pular. Peraí, eu tô aqui. Tem que ir pra lá. Calma aí, galera. Ah, não. Você tá brincando, velho. Tereza escapou, né? Eu não sei lutar ainda, gente. Minha flechada na perna, gente.
Kibaszok veled! Szétszabdallak, te postalics!
Ai, ai.
Kapsz egyet!
Não tem como saber pra onde eu tenho que ir.
Left. Hamburg is to the left.
A
Along the street.
pokolban végzel! Hát ez rövid lesz! Véget, te genyó!
Corre, gente, pelo amor de...
Veled! Ja! 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 Megöllek, te büdös! Eltaposlak, mint egy tekvet! Kibaszok veled!
Deixa eu olhar o mapa. Tá bem pro lugar certo, gente.
Ja! Véget, te genyó! Run for it! Tudod, hogy fog végződni?
Meu Deus do céu, velho. A câmera tá toda vermelha.
Leszlek, te fal!
Go! They'll kill you all! Flee! To Hamburg!
Megdög lesz!
Go! They'll kill you all!
Hol van végzett? Hát ez rövid lesz!
Ué, eu faço o quê? Não entendi. Nossa, eu vou voltar lá atrás e vou ficar triste. Gente, eu vou voltar lá atrás e vou ficar triste. Tá, voltou daí.
Hammer gets to the left, along the stream. Warn the others! They've torn scallops!
Ah, eu fui por outro caminho dessa vez.
Go! They'll kill you all!
Meu Deus do céu, velho. Essa fogo é gigantesca.
Run for it, you left-handers!
Vambora. Tem que abrir e olhar o mapa. Tem que estar longe, hein?
Run for it!
Ah, na moral, velho. Mas o cara podia desistir de mim, né? Ah, nem eu senti ele tá me perseguindo até essa distância. Ah, na moral que você me acertou, velho. Escapei, gente.
Quickly! We're closing the gate!
Boa tarde aí, motoqueiro sabão.
Someone give him a drink. And bring hot wine and bandages.
Bãozinho. Bãozinho, mãe. Que é isso?
Tell me, boy, who are you and where are you from? What in hell's name happened?
I've come from Skalitz. They burned it to the ground. Slaughtered everyone.
Who? Who burned it to the
A
ground?
huge army. They attacked without warning. And they weren't Czechs or Germans either.
Who then?
I don't know. I've never seen armor like it or heard their language. Maybe Tatars?
Tartars, you say? Well, we'll deal with that later. First, let's have a look at that leg of yours.
I don't know.
Grit your teeth, boy. I'm gonna pull that arrow out. Easy. All done. You were lucky, lad. The arrow missed the bone. It only needed bandaging, and I've done that often enough before. War is a good teacher. Can you stand? There you go. Good as new.
Thank you.
If you idlers nothing better to do, get back to work. You'll have to speak to Lord Divish. Can you manage?
RPG? Acredito que sim, mano. Só sei que é medieval, mano. Tô brincando, é RPG sim.
This is a survivor from.
Mas é uma história medieval, você é tipo um...
Tell me, boy, what exactly happened? Did you see the ensigns?
Ah, mano, tem muito combate de espada e tal, né? Coisas dos antigos mesmo.
So, I don't know what army it was, but it was huge. There were dozens of banners flying on the hill above Skalitz. The ones who did the slaughtering spoke a strange language. They burned Skalitz to the ground, but a lot of people took refuge in the castle.
Joguei só uma horinha por enquanto, não sei muita coisa não.
And as I fled, they shouted from the battlements that I should come and warn you.
The soldiers the boy didn't recognize. They could be those Cumans of Sigismund's. It said they came to Hungary from the east, and now they're the core of his army. Sacking Gutenberg must have given him a taste for stolen silver.
Skalitz is a small castle, sir. If Sigismund attacks, they can't hold.
Indeed, Sir Robard. And our small garrison would be no help, even if we could risk sending them.
You think we're next in line?
Maybe. What's your name, boy?
I'm Henry, son of the Skalitz blacksmith.
I know him. Did he make it inside the castle? I'm sorry. It's in God's hands now. No one else can help us. Anyway, thank you for risking your neck to warn us. Robard, take care of Henry. Make sure he gets something to eat and some rest.
Yes, sir.
And get all the people inside the gates. We have to prepare for the worst. Make all the necessary arrangements.
As you command, sir.
Quer aprender a lutar. Falar com o senhor Sir Robard.
You've done well, lad. I'm sorry for your loss. You must be all done in. Why don't you go to the kitchen and have a good meal? Sorrow is easier to bear on a full stomach.
Tá. E onde que é isso?
Heard about your father. They say he was a swordsmith who moved to the countryside to make horseshoes.
I hear you came from Skalitz today.
I can't understand why he'd waste his talents, but I'm sure he had his reasons. He had a fine reputation. It's a great loss.
Ah, milady. You're fortunate our good lady Stephanie of Talmberg has graced us with her presence.
My lady, I'm honored.
So this is our brave young man. Welcome, lad. Bojena here will take care of you. No doubt you're tired and hungry.
Indeed. How could he not be, poor soul? After everything he's been through, he must be as hungry as a bear, aren't you, young master? Here you are, then. Eat your fill.
And a little wine to wash it down.
Thank you, my lady.
When you're done, you can go and rest with the grooms in the Outer Bailey.
No, that won't do, Sir Robard. After all he's been through, he deserves a proper bed. Let him sleep in a lodge in the courtyard.
Certainly, milady. Young Henry here is overwhelmed by your generosity.
Yes, thank you, my lady. May God reward you for your kindness.
Eat up now. You're in capable hands, so I'll leave you to it. Good night.
Good night.
Boa noite aí, moço. Não tá de dia? Não entendi.
When you've done, you can sleep in the bedchamber of the courtyard lodge. And don't forget to take off those filthy boots before getting into bed.
Bora comer.
Oh, God. Eat. Food.
Passar a mão em tudo. Dá pra comer mais, mano? Isso, eu acho que eu vou desmaiar aqui, ué. Eu não sei onde é, não. Licença, moço. Vamos tirar as botas. Pronto. O cara pediu pra tirar as botas pra dormir.
Today the patrols will be doubled. Keep your eyes peeled. If you see
O chuvão e tal, ué. Que é isso? Caindo ao mundo.
Understood. Yes, sir.
Yes?
It is I, Henry. Forgive the intrusion. I didn't wake you, boy, did I?
My lady, no, not at all. But what brings you here at this hour?
I thought you could do with a little wine. It's just what you need to help you sleep.
My lady, thank you. You really shouldn't. You could have sent a servant.
I was going to, but to tell you the truth, I couldn't sleep either. I thought of you while saying my prayers. How awful it must have been for you. I came to offer you solace, to let you know you're not alone.
Thank you. Thank you kindly.
You're welcome. Now, Henry, I know this is all very new and strange for you, but I want you to feel at home here. You're not to worry about anything except getting better. God knows you've been through a terrible ordeal. I know what it is to be left alone in the world, although your loss is much greater. But with God's help, the pain will ease in time. And it can help to talk about it. if you feel like it.
I could do with a bite.
Vou contar a história.
You might be right, my lady. I'll tell you what happened. It was terrible and unexpected. The day started just like any other. Father sent me into town on some errands. I went to the tavern to buy ale for Father. I know it's a job for a groom, but I didn't mind, because my girl Bianca worked there. I courted her a while and we agreed to meet in the evening, but our meeting was never to happen.
Oh, dear boy.
When I'd done all the errands, I headed back home. I promised Father I'd help him with his work, and I was looking forward to it. He was forging a sword for Sir Radzig. The sword was taking shape when Sir Radzig himself came to have a look at it. He praised Father's work and said that with his smithing skills, he could easily make a living in Prague or Vienna.
You don't say.
But Sigismund's horde was already on the horizon, ready to attack the town. I saw smoke on the horizon from a village Sigismund pillaged on the way to our town, which was soon to meet the same fate.
God have mercy.
And then death descended on Skalitz. The gate to the castle was open. The bells and horns sounded the alarm, and the
Não
villagers
posso
ran
falar
to
de
the
força
castle
porque eu não
to take
tenho
cover.
força suficiente.
They were carrying the few possessions they could grab in haste, and I saw the terror in their eyes.
I can't even imagine how awful it must have been.
I ran to the castle like our neighbours to take cover, but I didn't make it. I had to find another way to save myself. The men on the battlements called down to me to flee to Talmberg and warn you. I was lucky I knew a concealed path around the castle. I needed a horse to get to the safety of Talmberg and to warn you all.
And with all that was happening, you thought of others like a good Christian.
Then I heard a scream. It was Teresa, the mill wench. She'd been caught by a gang of Cuman savages who planned to violate her. I had Sir Radzig's sword, and even though there were several of them and they were better armed, I had to try and save her. I wanted there to be at least one person I'd helped. And I succeeded, even though it almost cost me my life. After that, I stole a horse from them and rode off.
Like a valiant knight.
I'll never forget the horror.
Era pra estar mostrando eu, será?
It will haunt me for the rest of my life.
That's terrible. How could something like that happen?
God alone knows why he lets such things happen.
You poor boy. I understand your grief, but God is not to blame for the ills of this world. That is the work of Satan and
Passou a moda no meu quarto, gente.
those who are corrupted by greed, envy, and pride. You must not lose faith, whatever life brings. Fate has not been merciful to me, and my husband either. Although in comparison to the horrors you went through. I was young when I married my husband. It was my father's wish. Divish was a lot older than I, but a woman must bear her lot. Shortly after our marriage, before I even got a look at Talmberg, the castle was stormed and my husband was imprisoned.
Really?
My husband had some quarrel with Sir Havel Medek of Valdek, who decided to resolve it by force. He stormed the castle, burned down the village of Pribyslavitz, and killed many of our men, even the old chamberlain. He imprisoned my husband in the castle and put his own garrison there.
That's awful.
I was barely 18 years old, and all of a sudden, I was left alone with Sir Robert. We didn't know what to do. We went to Prague to appeal to the king, and sought help from divicious friends, but all to no avail. We tried for years, but it seemed I was destined to be left alone and my husband to rot in jail in his own castle.
Years, you say?
7 years. That's how long it took before Havel was condemned as an enemy of the crown. And even then, he refused to surrender the castle and release my husband. In the end, I raised the money to pay a ransom, and only then, by the grace of Lord Jesus, did I finally lay eyes on my husband once more.
7 years? And was Havel punished for it?
Never. And after 7 years, my husband returned to me an infirm old man.
Sir Divish seems like a good, strong man.
Certainly, only he has many concerns. He had to rebuild Talmberg. After he was released, the king appointed him Burgrave of Prague Castle, and he was very busy. He had no time for me at all. But at least we were in the city, and there was something going on. And now, we're here.
My lady, you're still young and beautiful. Your best years are still ahead of you.
Would that were true, lad. Would it were true. But what am I doing bothering you with this? You have troubles enough of your own. I'll go and let you sleep. I enjoyed our little talk, Henry. Good night, and God bless.
Good night, my lady.
É minha vez de desabafar pra mim. Pesadelos. Será que a Bianca morreu? Eu não duvido nada que o pai tá vivo ainda.
Henry, wake up. You don't want to miss this.
What is it? What's happening?
Come to the battlements. One of our patrols reported a company heading here from Skalitz.
Tem que calçar o sapato, gente. Calma aí. Não vou descalço não, né? A calça verde é melhor, né? Pegar a tocha na mesa. Depois de pegar a tocha, o que eu tenho que fazer? Que botão é esse? É um? Preciso trancar isso aqui? Ah, não tem gás. Aonde que eu tenho que ir? Acho que é pra cá, né? É nada, mano. É sim. O que está acontecendo?
I don't know. It doesn't make sense. Why would Sigismund advance on Talmberg in the night? Especially since he's lost the element of surprise after the raid on Skalitz.
Maybe it's not him.
Then who is it? The scouts Jivish sent to Skalitz to spy on Sigismund said he'd set up camp and was getting ready to storm the castle. And Sir Radzig is an experienced soldier. He'd surely hold the castle for quite some time. It doesn't make sense.
What else did the spies see?
Not much of anything. Before they could get close enough, this huge storm started. And you were right. Sigismund has a hell of a lot of soldiers, including all manner of mercenaries. An army like that costs a fortune. Well, anyway, we'll find out when they get here, won't we?
Aye, we will.
I'll be with you.
Cutscene.
Halt! Who goes there?
Lucifer and all his minions. Who else, Robber?
Sir Radzig. What a relief.
Is his lordship there with you?
Yes, sir. He is right here.
What are you doing up so late, Divish? At your age, you need a good night's sleep.
Well, Radzig, you didn't exactly pick the best time for an outing either. In a big hurry?
It was a bit of a scramble, all right. Believe it or not, this tempest is a godsend for me and my men. As my old granddad used to say, better a sore throat than a slit throat.
Achou barulhento, mano. Fica gritando.
Your messenger told us what happened.
Messenger?
The lad you sent to warn us.
He's alive? He made it to you?
He's here with me. He only got away by the skin of his teeth, though.
Thank God.
A brave young man. But tell me, friend, how on earth did you manage to get away?
Thank God for this tempest. When it began, Sigismund's Tatars crawled into their holes and left us storming the castle for more clement weather. We were able to sneak out right under their noses. The Lord be praised. We wouldn't have stood a chance against them.
Would you like to spend the night in Talmberg?
No, no. When Sigismund finds the castle empty tomorrow, he might come looking for us. We'd only be exposing you to danger. Without me and my men, he has no call to attack you.
What will you do then?
We'll march to Ratai. It's only a short way, and there we'll have a better chance of defense and enough room for all of these people. If Sigismund should come, better bend your knee, Divish. There's no point dying in a battle that's futile.
You're right there.
Is that boy still with you?
I'm here, sir.
You have courage, lad. That I can't deny. I am sorry about what happened. Would you care to join us?
I'd like to, sir, but first I have to return to Skalitz.
Are you mad? What do you want there?
I can't leave my mother and father. I won't leave their corpses rotting in the street. I'll join you once I've taken care of them.
Don't even think of going back there, you donkey. Are you tired of living?
But sir...
Quiet! I'm sorry about your father, but getting killed as well won't help him. Divish, make sure that lad doesn't budge from Talmberg until things quieten down.
Not to worry, friend. Anyway, he's injured and needs to recover. I'll lock him up here as if he were Havel of Baldic.
I've seen you've grown a thick skin since your tribulation, sir. But thank you. We'll meet again when circumstances are more favorable. Farewell.
Farewell, friend, and good fortune. Give my regards to Sir Hanush.
I will. And good luck to you and your people, too. These are dark times. Move out! Anywhere, people! Move out!
Cadê Bianca? Não vai procurar Bianca não é possível.
Men, tonight we'll have triple patrols. Sort out the watches between you as always. And if I catch anyone boozing, playing dice or slacking off, I'll personally break every bone in his body. I want you to keep a close eye on everything nearby. Sigismund will surely have sent spies, and likely men as well, to follow the Skalitz people now he knows they've fled. Keep your eyes peeled and report everything to me at once. Understood?
What is it you need?
I could use an extra pair of eyes, and yours are keen. Will you keep watch of the battlements with my men?
Is that a request or an order?
I'd rather it was a request you answered yes to.
Of course I'll help. I have to pay you back somehow after all you've done for me.
Splendid. And don't worry. I'll tell the men to relieve you later.
Good luck to you.
Não vejo nada.
Good health to you.
What do you think about the Skalitz folk managing to slip away like that?
I can't imagine how they did it. The more I think about it, they was either blessed or Sigismund's mercenary army ain't up to much. When you're on campaign, you keep watch no matter how much it's pissing down. If
Eu acho que é mentira também.
Sir Robard would flay the skin off our backs.
You only say that because you never saw them attack.
Aye. Well, it's a shame you're folk.
Wandering around like a stray sheep. Must be your first watch, eh? I don't think anything much will be happening today. You can just lean against the wall and wait till morning. I'll show you what's what.
I will. Thank you.
Espera até de manhã, vamos embora.
See how the self-appointed king wins the love and respect of his loyal subjects.
Indeed, Robard. Sigismund of Luxembourg has a rare talent for winning people over to his cause. We may be in for a surprise. I don't think he will set his heathen dogs on us today.
Greetings, Lord of Tamberg.
That's the bastard who led the attack at Skalitz and killed my parents.
Don't be an idiot. Do you want to end up like them?
I am Sir Markvart von Aulitz. I come in the name of Sigismund of Luxembourg, King of Hungary and Croatia, who has resolved to strike against those who disrupt concord in the land and to restore order in the name of his brother, King Wenceslaus IV.
Restore order by burning and pillaging the king's estates.
Greetings, Sir Markvart. The efforts of the king's brother to bring order to this chaotic land are undoubtedly noble. It seems to me, though, that he and his army have somewhat strayed. As Burgrave of Prague Castle, I am entirely beholden to the king, and here in Talmberg divine peace reigned until your arrival. To what then do we owe the honor of your visit?
Yesterday, His Majesty took action against the enemy of the kingdom, Sir Radzig Kobyla, who has been using the silver from the Skalitz mine to fund insurrection against the crown. Unfortunately, the insurgent escaped. Would you happen to know, noble sir, where he might be at this time?
As far as I know, the Sir Radzig of which you speak is the king's hetman at Skalitz. I find it hard to imagine that he would rebel against our king. Nevertheless, I can assure you that Sir Radzig is not at Talmberg. He would be a fool indeed to flee from one castle, where he has little chance of defense, to another, where he has even less. Or do you take the view that my humble manner is any obstacle to your army?
Am I to inform the king then that Sir Radzig Kobyla is not at Talmberg and that he has your loyalty?
Sir Radzig Kobyla is not here, and I have no intentions of getting embroiled in affairs from which I have nothing to gain.
Very well, sir. As you wish. I will relay your words to the king in the hope he will be as well disposed as you seem to be.
Those who have clean consciences and goodwill may find themselves well disposed even at moments like this, when there's little cause for joy. Farewell, sir.
Auf Wiedersehen.
My lord, you have my utmost admiration.
Get on with you, Robard.
O Harry quer matar eles. Tem 3 missões.
Damn. Good day to you.
Sir Robard, I need to get to Skalitz.
What would you do there, lad? Sigismund might have left, but the place will be swamped with robber barons, brigands, deserters, and other vermin. And anyway, your lord commanded you to stay here.
My parents died there, and I won't leave them to be ravaged by dogs. I have to bury them.
Good God, boy. Do you want to throw your life away for those who can never get theirs back? Do you think that's what they'd want? Forget it.
Why did Sigismund burn down Skalitz and then come here too?
That's war for you, lad. Certain lords have resolved to take things into their own hands and eliminate anyone who doesn't share their view. Unfortunately, Sir Radzig is one of those. And what's more, he was sitting on a pile of silver that could help King Wenceslas's allies.
What happened in Kuttenberg?
Kuttenberg.
Vamos conhecer a história, gente.
I'm just a simple soldier, but the good Lord gave me ears, and I've heard some things from Sir Divish and from those who fled from Sigismund's pillaging.
Were there many?
Indeed, but it was the Kuttenberg mercenaries who came to see me, because I knew them from before.
I see.
Listen, lad, these are all games of the high aristocracy. In Prague, a cabal of nobles rebelled against King Wenceslas, wealthy aristocrats who took against our king for reasons of their own. There's no doubt Sigismund had his fingers in the whole affair. Him and Wenceslas's cousin, Jobst. And that cabal helped him abduct the king.
So then why did Sigismund attack Kuttenberg?
Why do you think?
Está em uma posição estratégica e as fortificações são sólidas. A gente tinha medo dos lords insurgentes de Kutnahora. Para que sua reserva de grãos para alimentar o exército.
Because it's a fertile place with full granaries that could feed Sigismund's troops?
That's not it. King Charles, may God grant him eternal glory, built Prague into a proper royal city, while King Wenceslas took a liking to Kuttenberg. After Prague, it's the most important city in Bohemia, in the entire Holy Roman Empire. He who commands the Kuttenberg silver is king.
So Kuttenberg sided with Wenceslas because he favored it?
Now you're starting to understand. When Sigismund imprisoned Wenceslas and took control of Prague, the people of Kuttenberg began to raise an army against him. So with the attack on Kuttenberg, Sigismund killed two birds with one stone. He defeated Wenceslas's most powerful allies before they could stand against him, and also gained immense wealth.
Where did these humans come from anyway?
I don't know much about them, only what the Chamberlain said. That they came to Hungary from the east and settled there. They're godless barbarians and merciless fighters. The nobles used to say the Hungarian king shouldn't enlist them, because they dishonor our rules of warfare. But when there's power and money to be had, it seems that honor isn't worth my spit. And believe me, it's always about power and money.
Farewell.
I feel quite hungry.
Lugar inexplorado. Lugar inexplorado.
Safe? Sigismund and his heathens.
Good health to you.
Can we trade?
If you've got the coin. Farewell.
O que ele tem para vender? Mano, é muito caro, velho. Pinga da salvação. É caro, pinga da salvação, hein? Aguardente. pago isso tudo, velho? É muito dinheiro. Uma gazua só, velho, pra isso aqui tudo.
Let's have a word about the price.
Why not?
What do you say to this?
That's better. Drop it a bit more and we'll call it a deal.
Is this enough?
Close. Drop the price a bit more and we'll shake on it. See now, I knew we'd come to an agreement.
Objetivo. Tem um cavalo no estábulo. Enterrar seus entes queridos. Tá, tem que sair do castelo. Roubaram a sua cadeira? Como assim, mano? Como assim, velho? Como é que eu saio do castelo?
Jesus Christ be praised.
That business with Sigismund turned out well in the end, didn't it?
Aye, that was a good start. Now we need to drive him and his war whores out of Bohemia for good.
Is there someone here who trades in goods?
Hungry, are you? You should go and see the cook. She's good-hearted, especially if you come with some coin. For anything else, you should see a fellow called Votava. Folk aren't too fond of him, because he's as surly as a wet cat. But he can get you just about anything. I saw him by the granary. You'll recognize him easy. He looks like he's never had a decent meal in his life.
I need to get out of here.
And I need a feather bed with a comely wench in it. But it looks like we'll both be disappointed. Sir Divish gave orders not to open the gate. You especially are not to be let out.
My mother and father were left in Skalitz like carrion. I have to bury them. I can't leave them to the dogs.
I'm sorry, my friend, but I can't. You'll have to persuade Sir Robard, or think something up so I don't end up in the shit for it. Otherwise, forget it.
What am I supposed to think up?
How should I know? Maybe some disguise so I could say I didn't recognize you? If a Talmberg soldier turns up, all kitted out properly, in armor and a helmet, then of course I let him go. That's obvious.
All right, I'll have a look around for something.
God be with you.